Hey, hi you guys. We are live and I just want to say hey to all my movie mates. Hey guys. So today at 5 movies and a real estate tip with you, Mala. Uh here we love movies, good movies, and we love good real estate talk. So we're going to have some of that today, okay guys? And I'm joined by a wonderful panel um so that we can discuss episode 2, some of the movies from episode 2, guys, that I posted July 1st, 2022. And we're joined again by a fabulous panel and actually full of Oakland, California natives. So I'm excited. Okay, so let's begin. Let me see. Let me bring my panel in.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Miles.
All right.
Okay. So y'all, this is like literally a family affair from the Oakland natives. All of us, including all of you guys, are actual brother and sisters. That's so bomb. I love having that here. And guys, we're going to talk about you and we're going to talk about these movies, okay? So let's start out with the movies. I'm glad that some of you guys are already movie lovers because I want to hear your opinion on these 2 movies. We're going to talk about The Mist and Civil today from Netflix, okay? And if you guys at home have not watched those movies, don't go any further. Watch this taping later because it's going to be spoilers. We're talking about it, okay? So just get prepared for that. Spoiler alert. Okay, so today, let me introduce my panel and we'll get further into what they do later. But we have Candice Cox today. Hey, Candice, my friend and my client. I helped her get in her retail space in downtown Oakland. We're going to talk more about that.
Yep.
And she is the CEO and founder of Candid Art. Okay. It's an artisanal jewelry and kids lifestyle brand. Okay, inspired by the African diaspora. So we're going to get into more of that. Then we're joined by her sister, her actual sister, Amber Cox,
Hello.
a professional dancer. Hi, Amber.
Hey, Mala.
And then we're going to talk to her actual brother, Jay Cox. Hi, Jay.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. And he's the owner and creative director of Jay Cox Films. Okay. So, guys, let's start with The Mist. Okay. Now, first of all, I just want to ask you a real quick question. Hey, raise your hand, guys. Was The Mist scary to you? Raise your hand if it was scary.
No.
Okay. See, that's because I was like, it's by it's featured or inspired by a Stephen King book, right? So
Right.
I was like, people got scared and they were like, I don't like horror films. Because for you guys were like, I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch. I don't want to no score.
Like,
Right?
oh.
But okay, now raise your hand. Did you like it? Did you like the movie?
I liked it. I liked it.
I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle too.
Yeah, me too. Okay, Jay, you liked it. Okay, so good. We're gonna start with you, Jay. Okay, so tell me, you liked the movie. Why did you like it? And did you find any parallels between the movie and what's going on today in the COVID era?
Yes, I did. Well, now that I think about it, I'm actually on the fence with it. There's a lot of things I liked about it, a lot of things I didn't like. But yes, it did. As far as like relating to like COVID, right? So like the alien monster or whatever was invading that town, I looked at it as being COVID and how it can like pretty much translate and relate to like what we're experiencing right now or what we experienced back in 2020. And so in that aspect, that correlation, it was in effect, me looking at this alien species being COVID, which COVID is like an alien species that was created essentially to pretty much make us sick and make us make us ill. You know, it was designed for that. So basically, yeah, it was definitely correlated with that, with the COVID aspect. And the thing is, I like, because I'm a filmmaker as well. I like the effects that they used, the 3D modulation. You know, when it comes to that aspect, that's what I did appreciate. But then there's a lot of things I didn't appreciate. You know, as far as the ending, I didn't like the ending at all. But it still kept me engaged. It kept me, you know, it gave a reaction to the audience. It's like, oh man, if he would have waited, you know, a little longer, you know, then he would have been able to save his family and his friends. So at that aspect, yes, I will say that I didn't like how it ended, but it still kept me engaged. And as far as like the conflict within the store, there was a lot of scenes that were funny that I think wasn't supposed to be funny. that that pretty much
True.
that had me interested to see what was gonna happen, to see who was gonna get taken out, to see who was gonna switch sides. It had me engaged. So I mean, I will say it wasn't a bad movie at all. But you know, it has some pros and cons. But
Okay, so the part. Okay, so now you don't like you didn't like it. You on the fence about it. It's kind of okay because of the ending.
I would say, the ending. I would have liked it to end a little different.
Mm-hmm.
But it did have me. But as far as the movie itself, it had me engaged. I was looking to see like what was going to happen next. But the only thing, yes, it would be the ending. But the fact of from a filmmaker's perspective is the ending had us. The ending made us react a certain way, as we witnessed, you know, when the soldiers came to help. Like the fact that we reacted like that way, that was the director's goal to do. But for me, I would have wanted it to end differently.
Okay, I know. The ending. Yeah, it really. That was the part that made you go, really. So is that why you guys didn't like it, ladies?
Oh, go ahead, Candice.
The ending.
No, yeah, it was definitely part of the ending, but it was like this whole hero syndrome. Like, dude felt like he had to be the hero the entire movie. And it was just kind of like, why do you feel the need? And he was crazy impatient because it was like, you just should have chilled. It was only a couple days. It wasn't even like, it wasn't years. It was like a couple days, and you were so thirsty to go outside.
But that's a good question. How long were they in the store? I don't really. I mean, it seemed maybe like a few weeks, maybe.
I think it was just a few weeks. I don't think it was that long, unless I missed something. But it almost goes back to the concept of like people having like the correlation of people having COVID and being so thirsty to go outside, and then they get COVID again. Because he was like, we outside, we leaving. And it was like, you should have just chilled. Now, granted, it was going down in the store and I could see the tensions. Oh, girl had to get it because she was basically creating a cult to kill whoever she wanted. So I understood what had to be done. But he also should have waited. It wasn't that long. It was like, you know, especially in America, like if we have beef with the other country, like they might get the best of us on one end, but you know America gonna come back and get the best at the end. So it's like you should have waited for the soldiers and the military to get it together, because obviously when the guy said like, oh, I'm sorry, like they knew it was something that the military like started and made happen. So they're gonna end it eventually. So it's just holding out. And he felt like he needed to be the hero. That's what happened.
That's true. What you think, Amber?
In terms of how it correlated to the pandemic, I like the way they showed the different personalities and how people react to a scary situation. Some people have a flight response. Some people just try to stick with their logic, like this can't be happening. And I could see that happen even with the pandemic. Like some people were still going out until people started dying. And then it's like, oh, it's real. Like this is really, and it can actually affect me. So I thought that was in comparison to that. However, some of the ideas were a little unrealistic, like when the younger bagger went outside to pull down that that gate and then got snatched, like being too bold. So some of it was a little unrealistic.
But not necessarily. I feel like he was that young, cocky, like he said whatever. Remember, he went off on tour, was like, don't tell me nothing. I can see that young cockiness.
Yeah. But so that, well, for me, I was just like, a little unrealistic. But the realistic thing too is survival of the fittest. And I think that is something across the board. So like, if you can run fast, if you can fight, if you know how to get it, you might have a good chance of survival. And I think that can go with movie and real life.
That's funny, because something you guys said made me think about the next question I was going to ask you is, did you relate to the way people were acting, in this, traumatic experience, just like with us, and you kind of touched on it, Candice, where you said people just couldn't chill for it. It seemed like it wasn't very long. Okay. It really didn't, because they still had a lot of food supply. It seemed like it, so, because all that candy would have been gone and all that stuff would have been gone in the grocery store if it had been longer than like a month. So you're probably right. We really don't know how long it was, but it was probably quick. And it made me think instantly of how people were like scavengers at the beginning of COVID, and how people got so scared, and how then people eventually pretty quickly started going out and was like, whatever, right? If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. If it's my time, it's my time. And for me, how I would act is like I'm doing now, is I'm trying to see what works and what doesn't work. So if all these people going outside and getting killed real quick and getting eaten by the monster, I'm gonna chill, right? Until I can't chill no more inside.
Right.
So yeah, so I really think it was entertaining, because it made me think of now, and it made me think of like, okay, what are we doing, and how are we reacting to these type of situations? And we got to keep thinking about it, because we're still kind of in it, even though it's the end, but you just never know. I mean, new variants are popping up, so we got to keep thinking about how we would react if it happens again, if we go on lockdown again, God forbid. But yeah, guys, so it was fun, and the ending was,
well,
I don't know.
And then that part I didn't understand real quick was when they went to, what was the point of going to the pharmacy to get God? Like, what?
The pharmacy?
Remember when the guy?
Yeah, because the guy's brother was shot, and he was like, I'm going to the pharmacy to get supplies for him. And they just didn't, they didn't know what was awaiting them at the pharmacy.
But why take them? It was like, bro was already on his way out.
No, because it was his brother. So he said, I don't care, I'm going.
True.
So
I just
That's true. Like, what you gonna do for him? Really? Put some Band-Aids on it?
I think he was, I know he said about the painkiller just so he could relax. The dude was like, take him out. Like, yeah, I can't take it no more. But he said,
oh yeah. Yeah, but it's like you putting, because like 4 or more people went to the
too many people went. Too many people went.
Yeah, to get some Band-Aids and some hydrogen peroxide. What you getting?
And they never even used it. And no one used it.
They never used it.
So people died on there just for no reason.
Yeah. So anyway, the psychology of how people act during these crazy times. So that's why I liked it. Right?
Yeah. It was.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So let's move to civil. Okay. So that's the next movie on Netflix that we watched. Hi, V. And that's Candice's baby. And okay, civil. So let me get into this one question I have for you guys in regards to this movie. So recently, Angela Yee, on one of her online shows, she interviewed Trick Daddy. For those of you who don't know, he's a rapper from Miami. On her online show, so she talked to him about Ben Crump, and he called him the new Jesse Jackson. Okay, whatever that means. And there are quite a few other people that have that same kind of sentiment, I guess. I've heard that before, and I'm assuming that means, and what he did say is that he feels basically that Ben Crump is exploiting Black pain and Black families who are, especially because he works with a lot of families, Black families that are dealing with police brutality. And he just feels like he's waiting to get that call, you know, from the families and to make money off of it, right? That's what Trick Daddy said. And anyway, I've heard that sentiment before in regards to Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, and Ben Crump. I don't agree with that sentiment. And based on this movie, I even further don't agree with that sentiment, because just seeing what they have to go through to, even if they're making money, I feel like they should make money for what they have to go through. Like, they putting their life on the line and they're bringing exposure to something that we need great exposure for, or we're not going to ever get any change. Because even with the exposure, it's a slow change in getting some, better treatment for Black people in this situation. But anyway, let me talk to you guys about it. I want to know, do you agree with the Trick Daddy sentiment of him exploiting Black people, Black families' pain in these times? Let me start with you, Jay.
No, I don't agree with Trick Daddy at all. I haven't seen that interview, but just from what was stated, I don't agree with that. From what I got from the movie is, yes, this been this has been happening to us for years. Us, meaning African Americans, why we've been mistreated for years, by everyone, essentially. But more so when you talk about the police and how they mistreat us, okay, normally there would be like a protest to protest against like what they're doing, what these police are doing to bring attention to what's actually happening. But now we focus on like the idea of like, what does that attention mean? So the fact that when we talk about change, I mean, it eased up, right? But it's still happening. So what Ben Crump is doing, like, he's saying like, well, since you guys are going to keep doing this, let's put a dent in your pockets. You know what I mean? Like, let's see, the fact that each Black person that dies, you're going to have to come out, you're going to have to pay for this, right? And so this is the only thing that can really get their attention is the deficit in the finances. So he's bringing the attention, and he's, like helping, these families, and putting money into these families' pockets, for the loss. But you can't substitute like someone's death for money. Like, that can never be a substitute. But he's making moves, like he's making some noise. And the people that talk about what he's not doing or what he is doing, like, what are they doing? So
Hello.
He's actually making some noise, and he's getting some finances circulated. So yes, I definitely rock with Ben Crump all the way, and I definitely disagree with what Trick Daddy said.
Okay, and did the movie change your mind, or you felt that way before?
As far as what?
About that sentiment from Trick Daddy.
Well, I haven't seen it. So I still haven't seen it. So this is my, I haven't seen that interview, but so it really.
No, I mean the thought that he's using people's pain to exploit them. Did the movie change? Or, I mean, you already felt like he wasn't doing that before the movie?
Right.
Okay.
I feel like he wasn't doing that at all.
Okay, Amber, what about you? What do you think? Did you did you agree with that sentiment?
No, I don't agree with Trick Daddy's sentiment. And before I could even get into my thought on it, I do want to say I think that as Black people, we have to stop being so critical of other Black people who are doing something, because something is better than nothing. Nobody's perfect, and maybe some people, are around for the celebrity aspect of it, and maybe that fuels them. But either way, like you're saying, they're putting their life on the line. They're putting their family on the line to support something that does need worldwide attention. So if he's making money from it, I mean, like you said, as he should, he's putting in the time, he's putting in the work. So yeah, there'll be benefits to that. There'll be celebrity, you'll get money, you'll get fame, and all of that. So be it. So I definitely agree. And after watching the documentary, I thought that it was a very well done documentary, first and foremost, to really give us a snapshot on who Ben Crump is and where his roots are. And I think that was beautiful to see, just all in itself. And what he's done as far as highlighting and working with these families, what he does for a living is not an easy job. It was hard for me to even watch the cases and to keep seeing the news about what happened to our Black people in America. Like, that was hard to even watch. So for him to have to be right in the midst of it, getting the death threats, talking to the family, holding crying mothers, I tip my hat to him and give him credit for that.
Exactly. And did you learn anything new from this documentary that you didn't know?
I'm going to be very honest. I did not. I feel a little ashamed, but I didn't know about Ben Crump. When it came time to these trials, like for Trayvon Martin and for George Floyd, because it's so much trauma associated with it, once I found out what happened, I didn't want to hear any more details about it, just for my own sake of not just holding on to that. So I didn't know that he was the person that was representing these families. So I'm really glad that you recommended this, because that was a learning lesson for me.
Well, I'm glad you said that, though, because I want to hear from you guys that are watching at home. Did you know who Ben Crump was? That's what I want to know, because it's important, that we know who, because a lot of us are saying nowadays that we don't have any leaders, but he is, even though, this is his profession and he's getting paid for what he does, he already has a lot of money. Okay. He does not need any more money. He doesn't have to do this. Right. So he's very successful in his business. He can stop and probably retire now, basically, is what he was saying, and have other people work for him at his firm. Right. But he feels this is his calling. And to me, after watching the documentary, I feel like you have to be called to do that work. Right. Because that's how I feel about something that I do, which is, just real estate. But I feel like you have to be called to do what I do, because it's like you don't get paid until you get a sale. Okay. So you got to love it. But anyway, what he does is way more important. And it's like he gets paid, but he doesn't get paid until, the family gets some kind of correction and what happened from the law. And we never know how that's going to pan out. Thank God recently he has been getting the families some money for, their extreme trauma. So, anyway, I'm appreciative of him, but I want to hear from you guys at home. Drop down in the comments. Had you heard of Ben Crump? Do you appreciate what he does? Do you feel the same as Trick Daddy? I mean, unfortunately, that's the only example that we have of an opposing opinion. But I'm just wondering, because people feel that way about Al Sharpton too, which I totally disagree with, because he's always there to lend a helping hand to families in need. And who else is going to do it? But anyway, Candice, what did you think?
Yeah, I feel the same way all you guys do. I definitely don't agree with Trick Daddy's statement at all, because just like Amber said, it's like he's doing something, but you sitting there doing nothing. At the end of the day, that is a certain type of work. And it's crazy, when I was watching that scene when he was in the hotel room, I don't know why it made me think of Malcolm X, when it was like everything was going on and he was just sitting in his room, and it's like, I'm still gonna go on the stage, I'm still gonna do the work, and I'm still gonna speak. Even though I'm getting death threats and all this type of stuff, I'm still gonna do it, because that is my passion, and I want to see Black people win. So it made me think of like that scene in Malcolm X. But yeah, I 100% agree. Like this is some serious work, and you can, like you said, sacrifice his family. And Amber, I'm the same. Like I should be ashamed, as much as I like to talk. I didn't really know who Ben Crump, like, and it goes back to like when everything was happening, I was so outraged, and then you use traumatic, and you have all these discussions that you're like, I don't even know who's fighting the case. Like I didn't even know what was going. Like all I know is in the moment I'm outraged. You know what I mean? And so I am happy you recommended this too, because I did not know he handled all of those major cases that we all knew about in terms of Black people being disrespected, being killed, and not getting the justice they deserve. And so, yeah, I'm appreciative for people like him. It goes back to like when people think about Martin Luther King, and it's like there's things you can always criticize any person for, but at the end of the day, you cannot deny the fact that he is helping with something or shedding light to issues that are happening all the time. And to be honest, in order, like, people had to go to him sometimes to get it on a bigger stage, because if you didn't, then probably no justice would be done at all.
Who's
So
going to hear about it? Who's going to hear about it? If, you know, if people like him that have worked on these type of cases don't
right,
discuss it, you
right.
know? So
Yeah, that's
I'm
what's
really
more power.
appreciative to people like him, Sean King. It's a lot of people that's out here that's trying to put exposure to these situations. And I actually really like Trick Daddy's music. But did you guys see the interview?
No.
Okay. He was very ignorant to me in that interview. He was calling him the N-word. He was like doing way too much, Trick Daddy, and I'm mad at you about that. You need to apologize to this man because he putting himself and his family in danger. What are you doing? At the end of the interview, you did say that, you know, we can get together and see if we can do something. No, call him and help the families. Okay. I mean, what do you mean? Like, I'm sure there's some things that he could use you for in your community in Miami, because you do have a following there. But it's no way that we should be disrespecting the people that are doing something in our community, period. So thank you, Ben Crump. And you know, I hope you guys got to watch the movie at home. All you guys, let me know, drop comments, please. Let me know if you haven't watched it yet and you do watch it. What did you think? Did you just find out about him from this documentary? Okay. Or did you just find out about all the work that he's done? Because I didn't know that he's been a part of so many cases. You know, I knew he was a part of plenty, but it's like he's been pretty much the only person among the last, you know, maybe decade of traumatic events of police brutality. Almost, it's been him. It's crazy. And, you know, his family is in danger, guys. He still lives in the South. It's
Right.
real out there. But anyway, so, okay, I'm glad we got to check that out, guys. And now, thank you guys for watching those movies. I appreciate you, panel. I appreciate you, family. And I appreciate you at home. And now I want you guys to talk about what you do. Let's talk about what you do. Let's talk. First, I want to start with my client and my friend, Candice. You know, we've been friends for a good long time here now, since college days, okay?
I know.
And girl, I want to hear about what's going on. I got her into a retail space in downtown Oakland. I want to know, how's it going? How are you loving it? I want to feature you real quick, Candice, so you can tell me about what's going on. Okay, go ahead and tell me, how are you loving your retail space? Are you loving it?
I do love it. It's crazy because, you know, when I was looking for a space, I was just looking for a studio, and then Yamala, you know, she had the access to all those properties. You had the access to all the properties that I didn't know was even available for commercial space. And then by default, I ended up getting a retail space when I was just looking for a studio. So now I could serve as a retail and my studio. Right now, I am just using it as a studio, but I do plan on this holiday season hiring someone part-time to run the retail side of it and kind of convert the front of the space into a retail space so that people can just come by and shop like certain days of the week. So yeah. So yeah, it's been going great. The neighborhood is still transitioning. It's still a work in progress. I'm not gonna lie. There's definitely work to be done, and that's something that, like, some of the business owners in the area, we were talking about, like, meeting or trying to petition the Oakland police to have, like, police constantly roaming the area, just because of the recent, like, car break-ins in Oakland, which is, like, at an all-time high. And for the safety measures, we just feel like it's necessary to have someone in the area, just so, you know, people can, number one, feel comfortable patronizing our business and feeling in a safe space. So yeah, but as far as space wise, love it. High ceilings, perfect. So great amount of space for what I need to accomplish. So thanks, girl.
Oh yeah, I'm so happy about that. And I want to know, so you started off as an online retailer, and do you feel like moving into an actual physical retail space has, you know, pushed your business
So I will say, like, technically I still do most of my business online. So I don't necessarily do a lot retail yet, but in terms of just being able to really organize the business. So guys, being able for me to be able to organize the business, like in terms of departmentalize, hire people, and have enough space for them. Yes, in that sense, it has grown the business.
Okay. Okay. So, I mean, it's worth it. You felt like it was worth it for you to get that physical space?
Absolutely. It's definitely worth it. It's for anybody with a brand, especially when you get the opportunity to have a retail, because you have the option now. You have the option of people could shop you in person versus just online if they're local. So, which in turn increases your revenue or gives more eyes to your business. So, yeah, I have people that knock on my door all the time that are walking by and like, are you open? Like, what's going on? So it's kind of like, and they were like, oh yeah, I got your website. So it's getting more people to go to your website that otherwise may not have seen your business. So it's definitely great for exposure.
Okay, okay. I'm so happy for you. And I want to know, like, do you have any future commercial or residential plans coming up?
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to buy property by next year. So fingers crossed that all works out. I still want to have my space, like still use it mainly for studio purposes, but still have like the front be just a retail space and continue to expand the business and hire a few more people so that I don't have to run certain day-to-day operations and I can just relax and have the business run itself. So that is future goals.
Hey, okay. I'm excited. I look forward to hearing from you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so candidartaccessories.com. That is her business's website. Please go check it out. I actually have on some of her earrings here that I love.
And I have some
Classic.
earrings, and I have some of the earrings on too, and a necklace.
Okay, and then Amber also has on some of the earrings. Thank you so much, Candice, for just being a wonderful friend and client. And she has referred people to me. And some people that she's referred, I've actually put into some retail spaces as well. So I really appreciate you.
Yes, Yamala is your go-to, honey, for the retail spaces. If you are a small business owner, please reach out to her.
Thank you, boo. Okay, now let's talk to your brother. I'm gonna go to your brother here, Jay.
Yes. Right, so,
Hi.
hey, how you doing? Hello again.
I'm good. So, Jay of Jay Cox Films, I just wanted you to, tell us something about what you're up to, what your business is up to.
So yeah, well, what we've been doing pretty good. We've been doing a lot of projects for a lot of business owners where we do a lot of promotion videos. Last Sunday we just did a fashion show. So basically, like for me, like I put on like workshops for students, and I partner up with different nonprofits. And so basically, like we have a collective of artists and editors, and I pretty much train my youth to work on these projects that I have for my business, for our professional projects. So yeah, that's it's been going really good. We have a lot of projects coming up, and as far as like commercial spaces, I do plan on attaining a commercial space for my workshop when we expand. Hopefully, we can expand within the next 2 years, because I feel like the interest that these kids have, like especially now in these days, like these kids love media. Like they're on social media all day, every day, and so like the correlation with social media and creating art. I mean, it's all art essentially. So for me to create a space for them to work and learn, and they're learning like these creative skills that's going to stick with them forever essentially. And so I don't own I'm not a part of a nonprofit. Like I own a for-profit. So my thing is we serve the community by creating like as much video content as possible and allowing the youth to come in to be a part of serving these communities. And as I'm training the youth and I'm listening to them, I'm hearing what the input that they have that they would want to see as well. So it goes hand in hand. I just had like 3 students out with me when we did the fashion show in San Francisco. I'm probably gonna have 3 again when we do SF Fashion Week. So yeah, that's been going really good. And so yeah, I definitely wanted to reach out to you, Yamala, to see what spaces are available in the near future, hopefully sooner than later. But I definitely want to have a space that we can come as a collective, and like, space is everything, honestly. Like, because like even when I edit or when I'm preparing like for film shoots, like spaces, they put you in a vibe. So when you're in a vibe, it's like you're connected to your work and you can kind of do more, like you feel more confident, you feel more relaxed when you're in these certain spaces. And the space that I seen that you were able to introduce to my sister, I thought that space was amazing. Like, to me, natural light is key, like for creativity. Like, I love spaces where I can have natural light and be comfortable with the nice breeze, and everything works out perfect. So yeah, I will definitely be reaching out to you very soon.
Yay, I'm excited. And where can people go? Can people contact you for your services?
Yes.
Where can they go?
Yeah. So my website is jaycoxfilms.com.
Okay.
Up Jay Cox Films, JayCox Films.com. And then my Instagram is Jay the Director, Jay_the Director. So
Okay.
all my majority of my content is on my Instagram, but we do have our content on our website as well.
JayCoxFilms.com.
Yes. And we have a lot of student work on the website too. So yeah.
Okay, that is so exciting. I can't wait to hear more about what you and your students are doing. And people can contact you for film editing.
Yes. Music videos, events, corporate videos, promotional videos, anything that you can record or document. That's what I'm hired to do. So anything
Okay.
you can think of.
I'm definitely going to need you. I told you, for some real estate filming
Oh, absolutely.
soon. Okay. Because this podcast, this YouTube show is blowing up. I'm gonna need some real video help. As you can see, my background is my kitchen, but that's all right. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
It's my kitchen. Okay. It's my home. So that's, but it's coming. I'm gonna need your help.
Oh, absolutely. I'm here for you. Whenever you're ready, just let me know.
Okay. Thank you. Now let's move on to your sister here. Let me see. Amber.
Hey, Mala.
Hi, Amber. So, where you go?
Oh, sorry.
She's coming right back. Amber Cox. She's the sister to my friend, the brother to Jay, my friend. It's all family. It's all love. I want to hear your dancing. I want to hear about that, Amber, before we go. Where'd you go?
Sorry. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Sorry. My phone dropped and I'm trying to get back.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry.
At least we can hear you.
Yes. I'll talk while I'm trying to get back to this main screen.
Yeah. So your most recent.
Here we go.
Okay. Hi. You're there.
I'm back.
Hey, beautiful. Okay. So you most recently did you dance at the carnival?
I did participate in carnival.
Okay, in San Francisco, right?
Yes.
Was that your most recent event?
So that was no, actually. So I'm a part of a team, and so we perform for private events. So my most recent event was at a winery near.
Okay, you did not tell me. Okay, Amber, you did not tell me any of this. You didn't tell me you perform for private events. Okay.
Oh yeah, so yeah, because I started off. I haven't been samba dancing for very long. I guess it's the last time we really sat down and caught up. But I've really gotten into it this past year. So I'm now on a team. So we do private events for birthday parties, wedding anniversaries, corporate events. And my most recent event was for an anniversary, and it was at a winery. And
okay, so what kind of dancing is samba? Samba only?
Yeah, samba. It's a traditional dance out of Brazil. So it started, of course, that, the Africans bring everything, everything around the world. So samba originated, it's an African dance, but it started with the Afro-Brazilian community. And so it's definitely incorporates a lot of, well, I can't say incorporates, but it's it's a traditional dance, and we wear really elaborate costumes that are very beautiful, and all our performances are very high energy, really energetic.
Oh, okay. So where can we go to, like, if people want to hire your dance troupe or group?
Okay, you can go to the Instagram page, which is Amor do Samba. And so
Amor
yes,
do Samba.
yes, that's the company that I currently dance for, and that's where the bookings can go through.
Oh, okay. Well, that's exciting. So, yeah, because I did not know, you did not tell me that. I just was like, let me just find out a little bit more about what you're doing,
Yeah.
in your dancing world.
Yes.
So that's exciting. Okay. And future wise, okay, real estate, because I always got to incorporate a real estate question and some real estate talk. Any, future goals or plans for residential or commercial stuff?
Yes, I would like to become a homeowner as well as a landlord, and so I've been advised that the best, for your first property to be an investment property, and so I've been looking into that, but and I've looked. There's a lot of great programs that are trying to encourage home ownership. However, I haven't seen a lot of programs that are encouraging ownership of multifamily homes. So yeah, I've seen some down payment assistance programs and whatnot, but there's a lot of detailed stipulations when it comes to multifamily homes, and they don't qualify for as many grants. So yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, because a lot of these programs help first time home buyers, and, they're not necessarily aiming toward getting you in an investment property, which is unfortunate because, like you said, I mean, it can help you build wealth. So why not start out with that, And so, I mean, but anyway, I can give you some more information off, off here, but just to let people know that also that might be interested, call, a good real estate contact like myself, and I can connect you with lenders and put you in touch with some grants that might actually be willing to give money toward an investment property. But usually when you're dealing with an investment property, you have to put down more down payment. Okay. So that's something to think about. And you do something that's a lot of people don't know. When you go to a lender the first time, they let you know what you qualify for financially based on your income. But when you're looking for an income-based property, they will add on that potential income that you can make from that property to your income. So it gives you even more of a bigger allowance to purchase something else. So it is something good to look into. It is harder to find money assistance or, first time buying assistance, but it's there. It's out there, So just call your real estate, contact your realtor, and I can, for example, I can put you in touch with a lender that I work with that's super knowledgeable about all the programs, and we can discuss what's best for your specific situation. And what I want to tell you, Amber, and a lot of people that are first-time home buyers, is that don't be scared to call a lender or a realtor and ask questions. You do not have to work with them just because you're asking them some information. Okay, you can get some good free information from me without working for me. I've been used several times, unfortunately. Several times, and then they did not call me. But it's okay because I love what I do. Like I said, you got to love what you do, because I do a lot of free work, and I give a lot of free information, but it's okay. because I really am committed to helping people, especially my community, get into home ownership, get into property ownership. So I'm glad you asked that question. And let's talk more about it. Typically, investment properties, you need 20% down on a first just home property that you're going to live in, and it's not going to be an investment. You can start with 3%, as low as 3% down payment. And a lot of people think that you need 20, 10 at least. No, there's no amount that you must put down, except for typically lenders want at least 3 to 3.5% down nowadays. Okay. But you do not have to put down a specific amount other than probably that minimum.
Okay.
Okay. So thanks for asking that question. And thank you guys so much for being here. Let me bring everybody back. I think Candice had to go, her shop is really busy. Her work is really busy. So Candice, thank you so much for being here. And Jay and Amber, I really, really, really appreciate you guys for watching the movies and discussing these movies with me and telling me what you're up to. And yeah, so I can't wait to give updates on what you guys are doing, what you're buying residentially and commercially. I can't wait.
Yes.
So let's talk soon, okay, guys?
All right. Thanks,
Absolutely.
Jamala.
Thank you. All right.
All right.
Okay, guys. Thank you for being here. And you, my movie mates, I just want to say thank you guys for joining us. If you have any questions, please leave some comments. Even if we're not live, because I'm about to shut down, I will try to answer them later. And if you could, please, if you have not already done so, go ahead and like and subscribe my YouTube channel, 5 Movies and a Real Estate Tip with you, Mala. Okay. And I really appreciate you for watching. And I hope you may have learned something, may have gleaned some information that you could share with others from this. And I will see you soon.